know if you're gonna be able to hear me with the road noise and there's a little bit of wind, but I wanted to come on and share a little bit about what's been happening for me, and I'm sure that these types of things have happened for you, or different types of things, but oh my gosh, this foliage, I hope you can see the pretties in the background. That's why I wanted to take it this way, because it's just so beautiful. The other side of the street, I'm all in sun, and I'm still new to this recording thing, and so I'm squinting, and so even though it's possible that it's coming across fine. But anyway, so I told you I was in Boca. This is my husband and I's 20th anniversary cruise. And I will tell you the really super hard thing is that my maternal grandmother passed away 5 minutes before Jeff and I got onto the plane to come to Florida to go on this trip. And I knew that grandma was dying, and I knew I had to make a really super hard decision, like probably one of the hardest decisions I think I've ever made in my life. And that is to not cancel my cruise trip and to keep going on the trip. Morning! Good morning. And so I've now been wrestling with that really hard, super hard decision while everyone is preparing and gathering, and I'm crying in Florida. And I will tell you, one of my cousins gave me super great advice, and she just was like, Andrea, it's okay, you love your grandma, and just take a moment and have a candle and do a memorial there in Florida, and spend that time honoring grandma, and you loved her, and people who are close to you know that you loved her, and that my walkway ends. So now I have to go back, or I have to go to the other side. Oh my gosh. I'm talking to you and not totally paying attention to what I'm doing. So I really appreciated her being grace-filled and giving me that advice. And so when she texted me this, or told me this information, I was actually sitting at a bench, and we have a bench in my grandfather's honor in the Midwest. And so I was sitting on one of these benches that has the names of the person in memorial, and I was looking out at the water and just completely bawling on the beach, thinking of grandma. Morning. And it was a great moment, but it was also, like, of course, a very hard moment, crying, thinking of grandma. And really interesting little thing is my grandparents were farmers, and so tractors were a big thing. Tractors were a big thing in our family. And I just actually said a prayer. I was like, Grandma, I'm having a really hard time with this decision, and if you would be so kind as to give me a sign. And less than 3 minutes later, a tractor on the beach comes across my view. And I very much understand that that's normal, that tractors are on the beach to rake the sand. But I needed the tractor that moment because my grandparents were farmers, and it's just been such a hard decision. It's been such a hard decision. And so I just needed that with that moment with grandma, and just, I do feel her presence, I do feel her peace, I do feel her grace, even though I'm kind of upset and sad. It's like, why did this have to happen at the same time? It's like we've been planning this trip for a year and a half, and I'm just having a hard time with it. But I made my decision, and we're here, and then ultimately I'm trying to not ruin the vacation by having a bad attitude. And you know, I'm also trying not to ruin the vacation because my husband's here and we're actually meeting up with friends. And so I'm trying. So I know my mom's been praying for me, and I'm so grateful for her grace and her love towards me in making this decision. But it's still been hard. It's been so hard. Look at this beautiful foliage. I had to turn around so you're seeing the same thing, seeing foliage, but it's still so beautiful. Now I have to decide if I'm gonna cross the street. It's so hot. I'm not used to the sun. Anyway, I had kind of a rough morning this morning because my cousins are talking about being there and sending pictures, and it's hard not to be with family. Even though I made the decision not to be there, it's still hard. So if you've ever had this situation where you made a decision, you weren't with your family, or if ever you were the family member that was there and needed to have a little grace for the family member that wasn't there, I just ask you to please just be grace-filled, because it's so hard for everybody. And I'm just so grateful for the grace I've received and for the love I've received, and I'm gonna do my best to really super enjoy this time. All right, I think if I'm gonna do this, I gotta cross. All right, talk to you in a minute. So this is where I came yesterday, and I had my moment with Grandma. So I wanted to show it to you today. It's just so beautiful over here. A lot less people. So if you go straight down the path from Boca, you can actually find this. It's got tables and it's got benches. It's so cute. It's just like it is beach. You can get down there. But that green, this is actual first. So you have shoes on, probably alright. But I don't know, maybe there's bugs in here. Where the tractor was too. I'll have to go up to. I used a whole bunch of tissue from this restroom and came out to this beach. This is the chair I sat at. Too hip, gotta go. Henry is too hip, gotta go. That's where I sat. And I saw the tractor right out there. I'll be able to put a picture on the screen. And I was here actually closer to just after sunrise yesterday. It was great. So beautiful down here. Definitely less people. Definitely. So blue. So blue. Tractor was right out there. Tractor was right out there. And I gotta sit right here. Bawl my eyes out. Miss you, Grandma. Love you. Alright, we'll talk to you soon.